At the risk of this live being cut off, and it gets cut off, I'll jump back on, but at the risk of this live being cut off, I have something to play.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Just wanted to share that with you guys. Any of you familiar with NFL films? Steve Sable? Anyone? If any of you grew up with NFL films, you recognize what I played. If not, you missed out on your childhood. Terrence McKenna, what does your family think about you doing this? They think it's very immature and 7th grade-ish. John Romano, huge upper lip. Father, why have you forsaken us on this holy day? Devil Giuliani, you think we are intellectuals? Oh, there's the, here you go, guys. There's the fake 427 Corvette account. You know, ever since late Thursday night, there has been information that has been shared with me. And I've shared that information with others, trying to verify whether or not it's the truth. And this is where and I'll get to that in a moment. This is where I actually owe McLeod. Yes, McLeod. This is where I owe McLeod an apology. So, I found out late Thursday night that this Master Gorilla Juice account is in fact the real Gorilla Juice. It's him. It really is him. And I had this really far out there conspiracy theory that McLeod was not directly involved with that account, but my theory was after he confronted Gorilla Juice, he took control of that account, and you know, he kind of wanted nothing to do with it, but he wanted to someone to go after Jay other than himself, and so he handed it to Pops. That was my conspiracy theory. I was way off. I was wrong. And it's the real Gorilla Juice, and so now we can move on from that. But I do owe McLeod an apology. I was completely wrong about him. Completely wrong. I never said anything on video. I never posted anything. But in private, I did talk about it, and that's where I owe him an apology. So after this is done, I'll send him a DM and apologize to him. And he has a mustache. The stash is back. Oh my God, the stash is back. Okay, Father, please forgive me. Give me a moment. I got to run in the house and get a hat. Hold on a minute. Bear with me. Everyone, Father's here. I got to go grab a hat.
The November Wind. Pirate. With his silver hat and his black mustache. He'll rape and pillage and laugh after he's conquered you. What's up, DJ Jonas?
There. The Mustache Militia is back.
Whoa, look at those colors.
And it's like a trucker hat.
Oh my God, and it's got the wide bill like Bo Schemblecker himself would have worn in the 1970s. General Bo leading the Wolverines into combat.
God bless Bo.
That's an incredible hat.
I got this hat when my dad was still in the hospital, and the girls, they took me out, and they're like, go get whatever you want. I was like, you know what? Jay's rocking a mustache. My dad's got a mustache. It's like, let me go make this hat. And the guy knew exactly what I wanted. I said, listen, I need the lettering to be a certain way. It has to be a certain yellow, and the hat has to be navy blue. And when I saw the trucker hat, I said, you know what?
Hold on.
Use
What
that
is
one.
yellow? What is yellow? I've never heard of yellow in my life. What is yellow? What do you think, we're West Virginia? Maize and blue.
My wife's a West Virginia fan. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Michigan's colors are maize and blue because that's what the native people called that color, maize, like corn. It's maize and blue. Don't call it blue and maize. Don't call it blue and gold. Don't call it blue and yellow. Maize and blue.
Oh, man. So, Father, you were right. I was wrong. This whole time, you're like, you were very thoughtful. You listened to me. You heard me out and everything. You publicly disagreed with me about it very nicely. And I was wrong. I was wrong. It's the original Gorilla Juice. And now I can move on. Now I could just ignore him and go on with my life, now that I know who it is.
The Autumn Wind is a pirate. His
Want me to play that again?
silver hat and his black mustache. Why, did you play that to open the video? I missed it.
Yeah. Want me to play it again?
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Right.
You know, I really feel bad for the generation or generations that did not grow up with NFL films and Steve Sable. Okay. To me, the Cubans have a saying, "Era lo máximo." It was the maximum, man. You couldn't wait to be flipping through the channels, and you run into, like, you know, it's either a Saturday or a Sunday, and the NFL decides to play something of NFL films, and usually back in the 90s, it was played on ESPN on certain weekends, and or even late at night. Oh my God, those NFL films are great. There's nothing like watching a black and white, you know, NFL game in slow motion, and you see a linebacker just freaking clothesline somebody. Oh my God, we'll never see that again.
My hero from the Oakland Raiders. Everyone's probably wondering whose picture I'm posting. That's Ben Davidson, who became actually more famous in the 1970s doing Miller Lite commercials.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah.
Bar mustache.
Now, am I wrong? Those commercials, every once in a while, there would be a cameo of maybe like a former teammate of his. I think maybe Bubba Smith came in one of them.
Oh, those old Miller Lite commercials are gold. I think Terry Bradshaw's in one of them.
Yep.
Deacon Jones. Tastes great, less filling. Those were incredible. Those were men. Oh. Now, do you care to elaborate on what a beardsplainer is? Because I've been texting with Prince Andrew earlier today, and he actually looked up beardsplainer in the Urban Dictionary, and he confirmed what I said is 100% correct.
Now listen, this is cool. We're just breaking balls. It's nothing personal. You know, listen, I owe McLeod an apology because privately, not publicly, I thought that part of the conspiracy theory, that not that he was directly involved in anything, but my thing was that he took control of that Gorilla Juice account and he handed it to Pomps, and I was completely wrong, and I owe him an apology. But I have no idea what a beardsplainer is. I know about the mansplaining from the woke culture, but what is, Father, elaborate, what is beardsplaining?
Beardsplainer is a beta cuck who goes on the internet and talks down to people like he's somehow intelligent than them, and he's more alpha than them, and he tries to explain current events. And the beta cuck has a beard, and he thinks that makes him alpha. And because he's trying to explain current events, that's what makes him a beardsplainer.
You know, Jay, it's not like it's, you know, 200 years ago or 300 years ago, because when I see like a really big beard, a guy that's really grown out his beard, the only thing I think about is the frontiersmen here in America, the first men to come here and live off the land and everything. Well, and it's like, dude, you're not a frontiersman.
The Civil War had some pretty legendary beards.
Yes. Yes.
Robert E. Lee was probably the originator of the white power beard.
God bless John Daly. That's a great video. Takes a swig of beer, gets to the pack of cigarettes. All right. Where's the first tee and what's the course record? I'm ready to go.
I'm a little pissed off right now. What do you mean he grabbed a cigarette? What
happened?
What brand of cigarettes were those?
Those were Marlboro. Now, as far as the Marlboro, I don't know if they're just regular Marlboro 100s, which I think they are. I think they're regular Marlboro 100s. The box is a little different.
Those were Marlboro Reds, if you rewatch the video. He's chugging a Miller Lite and opening up a pack of Marlboro Reds. Now, I don't think they were 100s. I think they were just normal. But yeah, that's alpha. That is the symbol of the ultimate male performance right there. You know,
and a lot of people, whatever John Daly did or whatever in the sport or whatever, a lot of people, I remember back in the 90s, everyone loved him. Everyone was for, okay, he's in a professional tournament, let him fucking smoke cigarettes and drink beer. Go fuck yourself. They loved him. They still love him. I forgot what the ratings were when he and his son were playing together recently in that tournament. Everyone was fucking watching that. John Daly is back? Where?
Yeah, he grips it and rips it. He's the definition of grip it and rip it.
The term John Daly off the tee.
Yeah, fucking awesome. Oh, yeah. I heard recently. I believe it's Fuzzy Zeller just had to pay John Daly a wager of $100,000 because years ago, I believe it was Fuzzy Zeller told John Daly, if you ever make it to 60 years old, I'll give you $100,000.
Where's my check, motherfucker?
He paid.
Where's my check?
Paid. But Fuzzy Zeller is another fucking legend.
No, I know who the guy is. It's like, okay, so where's the suitcase or where's my check? What's fair is fair.
Now, a lot of our younger viewers might not know who Fuzzy Zeller is, but he's a golf legend from when I was a kid. And he was one of John Daly's proteges. Protege, that's the wrong word. Mentors. And Fuzzy basically got ran out of the media because after Tiger Woods won his first Masters, Fuzzy Zeller made a very unfortunate comment because the winner of the Masters gets to decide the menu for the next year's Champions Dinner, which all the golfers, I think, have on Wednesday night. And Fuzzy Zeller made the unfortunate comment of what's going to be on the menu, fried chicken and watermelon.
Oh, no. That's right. I remember that when I was a kid. Oh, no. This is where people think that the cancel culture is only now. That existed decades ago. No one remembers what happened to, what the hell's his name? Jimmy the Greek. When Jimmy the Greek, and he was, listen, in a way, he was, no, not in a way. He was historically factual with some of the things that he said, but they didn't like it, and they got him out of there. He worked for CBS. Fuck CBS.
Yeah, Jimmy
the cancel culture goes back decades. Yeah, the chicken and watermelon thing. Oh my God.
The Greek basically on live TV basically talked about what I talked about in last week's live stream of what you would do to breed the perfect quarterback. And I'm not going to go into what I said. I don't want to rehash that.
Folks, we're talking about genetics and DNA. This is not racial. This is genetic and DNA.
Right. Howard, he basically said everything I said 30 years ago.
And guys, you can look that clip up. I'm very sure YouTube has it.
Oh, for sure.
I'm very sure they have it.
I'm getting a little
Jimmy the Greek. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Getting a little sick of this fake 427 account. I hate to even give. I'm not going to say his name. But you don't ever. If you don't like a troll, rule number one: you don't ever give him any airtime. But I'm getting a little sick of him. And as long as and if the other trolls start getting sick of him, he'll go away.
I wanted to pin his comments so everyone sees who that is. That's not the real 427.
Oh.
I pin it. I want everyone to see who it is. These are one of the things that you taught me, in that you don't run away, but at the same time, there's a time to engage and there's a time not to engage, and you never block your enemy on social media.
No.
You never do that.
You want to see what they're up to.
Yeah. Whether it's through yourself or someone else.
Block anybody. Blocking people limits. Why would you want to limit your resources by blocking your enemy?
And so now it's time that I feel that we go back to the old school, as far as like war and the rule of war. You never interrupt your enemy when they're destroying themselves, and that's why that from here on out, and men, Father was right. I was wrong. Father kept telling me, no, Gabe, this is the original Gorilla Juice. Your theory is somewhat sound, but it doesn't make it. Not that it doesn't make any sense, but when you backtrack certain things, it does not equate to that. And so,
back to the Art of War. The same gentleman who wrote that book, who said never distract your enemy when they're hurting themselves. That's not a perfect quote, but it's close. He also said, when your enemy is irritated, agitate. When your enemy is irritated, agitate them. And that's, I think, what we saw last night and this morning. That's the kind of behavior we get. We're going to get more fake screenshots.
by the way, I want to take this time to let all of the men know, and hopefully this does not get taken down because of copyright issues, because we played it's literally, Jay, we can honestly say that it's a poem. The Autumn Wind is literally a poem. And you know, I really hope that I'm able to post this live so people can see me saying this. Fuck, I lost my thought. But anyway.
I'm going to read The Autumn Wind, I think.
Yeah. No, I'm.
I sent you the words prior to this live stream.
No, that wasn't the point I was trying to make. But I'm kind of fucked right now because I haven't had anything to eat today, and I'm having steel reserves to the head.
You fast?
Nothing to eat. Yeah, it's one of those things. But I got a pound and a half of fucking ground beef in the house. When I go inside, I'll eat that and I'll be fine.
You're fasting on jelly beans, you cocksucker.
Now, let's be fair. It was Hershey's.
Right.
It was Hershey's.
Oh. How long do you think I can rock this mustache?
That's completely up to you. You've got decent clippers. That's completely up to you. I love it how it goes down. Yeah, that's old school.
Right.
See, now, this is where I argue with individuals. You got the cop mustache that for some reason is also linked to the porno stash. Technically, if once you start going past the lip line, which you have it right there, that is an old school stash. That is not a porno stash. That's not a cop stash. That is an old school Davidson stash. And there they go. Soon we'll hear sirens. And it will be official live here in Riviera Beach. The murder capital of the world.
When I was doing my live stream earlier and I had my reading glasses on, someone said you look like a police detective that's seen everything horrible that there is to be seen.
You know what that sounds like to me? Harry Callahan. Does anyone know who Harry Callahan is?
Yeah.
You're a class act, Callahan. Real class act. Does anyone know who Harry Callahan is?
I do, of course. He's on my Mount Rushmore.
Harry Callahan. Detective Harry Callahan. Sergeant Detective Harry Callahan.
I don't think you can be a sergeant and a detective. You go one way or the other.
Forgive me. Yeah, you're right. No. Yeah, you're right. But there is.
Because
once you become a detective, am I wrong? Aren't you a lieutenant?
No, and I think now I'm not a cop, but I think technically a sergeant still outranks a detective because a sergeant is on the blue collar side, whereas a detective is in the plain clothes division. And you'll never, ever, ever see a detective talk down to a sergeant.
They have a department to run.
Right.
That's part of their. They got a department to run, and you got it. Yeah. So there you go. There's a pivot. There's a balance.
Right. Just because you wear street clothes and you think you're some kind of fucking hotshot, this is still my fucking police department.
It's got a police department to run, bruh.
Right.
Enough of this boring banter. Not good for my views. Chuck E. Cheese Ranch. Chucky, don't tempt me to start playing some fucking Kansas, okay?
Are they a Sony?
Don't tempt me to start playing some fucking Kansas.
Sony?
No. I don't know if Kansas is linked to Sony, but motherfucker, my 17-year-old, because she's very well versed on the internet and things like that. She was telling me, because remember, and I don't mind saying this. Remember, I was telling you, my 17-year-old, she's an avid fan of classic rock, and she's noticed, man, motherfucker, you do something with Kansas, or you play some Kansas, Carry On My Wayward Son. Yeah, so you play something with Kansas, you better make sure that it's only like on IG, and
they'll stop the live.
If it's live, but if it's something that you have like video of, and you want to play music over it, IG will let you go through the thing and look through music and play it, because Kansas is going to get credit for it. That's all that matters.
They ended my live yesterday very abruptly when I played Prince.
And that's the thing. Okay, notice the trend right there, Jay. Michael Jackson, Prince, the Beatles, and any artists that are no longer with us, there's an oligarchy. There is a huge company in charge of all that shit, and they want to get paid.
I noticed Dale Chance is watching.
He's wondering, what is this? It's just a live, Dale. It's just a live. I do lives on Sunday, and Father is relaxing at the pool, and it's just a live, man.
Challenge. If Dale Chance would trim his beard and do a live stream with a mustache like I got, I would give him the utmost respect.
I can honestly picture Dale with a mustache.
I can too.
Dale, hear me out for a moment. Hear me out, okay? You've obviously become this master as far as like scent planting and taking down a buck. You've obviously become a master of it, right? Next time I want you to go out, you don't have to post a picture or a video or anything. The next time you go out, carve everything out and leave a mustache and go out. If you don't get anything, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well,
so
you know what I love about Dale's beard? It's one of those patchy Southern boy beards that doesn't ever grow in thick.
Now hold on a minute. In his defense, that could mean in his DNA, in his bloodline, there could be some Native American or Asian.
Right.
I'm just saying there could be some Native American there.
Yeah. That's why they came out with the name Fu Manchu, because they can never grow a real beard.
I still remember Peter Weller. Is it Peter Weller? The guy from the Pink Panther? I still remember him playing Fu Manchu.
Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers, thank you. Peter Sellers.
Yeah. I think if Dale rocked a mustache like I got, I think the trolls would fucking love him. They'd be like, Dale, you're a good sport.
But now remember, Dale, it has to be just, whether it's centimeters, it has to be below the lip line. Once it's below the lip line, it's not a cop mustache, it's not a porno stash. Peter Weller, RoboCop, yes, thank you, Lefty Nero. And also Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah. We love Dale. I don't know how we went down that rabbit hole. Well, we know how we went down that rabbit hole, because Dale turned on me because of a fake screenshot, which he should have never.
Dale just confirmed that my dad is half Cherokee. There you go. Now, Dale, Father, give me a moment here. Now, Dale, if you do your research, okay, so the Native Americans that were here, they're being told, as far as evidence from archaeologists, scientists or DNA experts, they're told that the Asians came through the Bering Straits and came here to America, and they became the Native Americans. But now here's where it gets interesting. And it's like, okay, how did this happen? The Cherokee tribe, and my memory is not long. I know a little bit about a lot.
Here's your cock.
I don't know. What's that?
Here's your cock. You have a short memory and a short cock.
The hands look way bigger than the cock, Father. I mean, what can I do?
Oh.
There's... Anyway, what can I do? What are you going to do? So, the Cherokees, as far as DNA research and what they've done, and historical, archaeology, the Cherokees are linked to the Israelis, to Israel.
Well,
so
a lot of people are.
So the Cherokees, are they telling us that the Asians and Israelites came through the Bering Straits, and the Israelites went east and most of the Native Americans stayed within the West and within the middle of the country.
Wow. That would explain a lot. Yeah. Unless you're Scandinavian or from the United Kingdom, you probably are an ancestor, or your ancestors were probably the ancient Israelites. I mean, the Germanic tribes and the Vikings, they all got away from those people. They realized the neighborhood was going to hell. They got the fuck out of there.
Now, I could be wrong about the Asians, but we know that as far as like the Bering Straits, there were people that crossed through there. They became the Native Americans. One of them, genetically, DNA proves that the Cherokees are linked to the Israelis, to the Israelites.
It could be true. I mean, we're all related somehow.
Listen, my dad, I haven't talked about this with anybody, okay? And it makes sense. Because the family name, and everyone knows what my name is, the family name, which is kind of hilarious, because we have the Genova verse, right? They came from Siberia. That's what DJ Jonas is saying. Well, remember, DJ Jonas, in Siberia, there were Asians.
Right.
I mean, you have to do your research. I understand what you're saying. That's historically fact, but there were a lot of Asians in Siberia thousands of years ago.
Russia is Asia. Asia crosses two continents, Europe and Asia.
So, we know historically they crossed through the Bering Straits and they came here and they settled. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I have total respect for a people that were able to live here in North America, or part of North America, because Canada is considered part of North America.
Mexico.
Well, Mexico is supposed to be South America.
No, it's not.
Elaborate.
Mexico is part of North America. It goes down to the equator, bruh.
Jay, look, this is where people think that I'm smart. No, I'm a nobody. I'm this first generation born Cuban here in America, and I live in fucking the murder capital of the world, Riviera Beach. Okay, they think I'm so smart or whatever. I'm not that smart, guys. I only know a little bit about a lot, and I didn't make it past the 9th grade. I quit school at 17 with my parents' permission.
If Dale did a mustache like mine, he might start looking like Billy the Kid.
He's got guns. I mean, do you remember the country song back in the early 90s, Billy the Kid?
Oh.
Oh my God. I'm gonna post a screenshot where everyone can find that as far as YouTube, Billy the Kid. Now, mind you, and it was because of those times back in the early 90s. Remember how huge country music was beginning in the 1990s.
Garth Brooks was the #1 artist in the world.
Yeah, he crossed genres. He was on the top whatever in country. He was in the top whatever in pop. He had 3 albums. This is where he rivaled Michael Jackson and the Beatles. He had 3 albums in the top 40 in pop. Who the fuck does that in country music? Who does that?
Dale Chance. Dale Chance does 3 in everything.
Hey, listen, when you got multiple piss jars of a female, deer that are fertile, I mean, you learn a lot of things. It all comes back to the piss.
Yeah. And Genova and Lenny and Dale.
Now getting back to my family name and how we're linked to everybody. I mean, it depends on who you are. But, you know, my family name goes back to Italy. And it goes back to the Genoa province. Genova province. Now, here's where my father and I learned something. So,
You prefer Genoa salami or hard salami?
I'll take both.
Well, my girlfriend is in the gourmet foods industry, and we talked about it a lot. And if you're just going to eat salami like an appetizer, you'd rather have hard salami. But if you're going to put it on a sandwich, you'd rather have Genoa salami because it's softer.
You know,
And I like a good sandwich.
Bradford mail brick, Cuban eggplant. That goes back to that great scene. Listen, we can't listen. Just to stay out of trouble, we can't elaborate. All we can do is go by historical facts. There's a great scene in a movie, which I have. I just forget the name of it. True Romance. There's a great scene where Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper, two veterans, just right there in front of each other, giving the best that they've got. And
Great.
What?
Talking about a world history.
Yeah. So the Moors. Everyone knows that the Moors invaded Italy, and they went into. They also went into Cicero, Sicily. And it's a historical fact, that at one time, the Italians and the Sicilians, they were blonde hair and blue eyes, and when the Moors invaded Italy, a lot of people became, brown haired and brown eyes, and that's just a great scene in movie history. Two veterans just exchanging with each other. You got Christopher Walken, Dennis Hopper, and that's just an amazing scene. You know what? I'll have one of those Chesterfields now.
You notice how most red-haired people are blue-eyed?
Yes, I've noticed that.
Yeah. But if you notice, people from southern Italy that are red-haired have brown eyes. That's the gene that lingered through. If you know someone who says, "Oh, I'm Italian as fuck," and they're red-haired with brown eyes, they're an eggplant.
Oh my God. And I'm a fruit medley. He's like, did you have to say fruit?
Good set.
Oh.
I gotta walk back to the room and get a beer.
Father's taking us on a field trip, mini field trip.
You want me to stay?
I'm sure they do. Of course I want you to stay, but I know they do. This live is nothing without me. I mean, nothing without you. I'm sorry. This live is nothing without you, so.
That sounds like a Sinead O'Connor song.
Nothing compares to you. That bitch, and she tore up the fucking... Anyway. Now, from what I understand, Jay, that song, she did not originally write that. Someone else wrote that song. Someone else, and as far as like music history, significant in music history, wrote that song. I'm gonna have to research that, and I'm gonna say it right now. No, I might be wrong. Something tells me Prince, but I might be wrong.
The only version of that song I like is Chris Cornell doing it acoustic. That's amazing. Chris Cornell doing Sinead O'Connor acoustic.
I fell on black days.
You fell on a black cock.
I fell on my sword?
Oh, that's your excuse? Well, I tripped and I landed on this black cock and it went right up my ass. Oh,
And that's a line from a Dr. Dre, and I know how you feel about him. You grew up with him, you went to school with him, you had lunch with him. As far as that thinking, Eminem. There's a song with Eminem and Dr. Dre where there's a scene in that song where a man catches his wife cheating on him. And so Dr. Dre's like, now hold on, calm down for a minute. What? She slipped and fell and landed on his dick? I fell on my sword, Jay. I stand by it. I fell on my sword.
You're a closet homo.
Listen, just because I've never engaged in any homosexual activity does not mean that my wife can't put on a strap-on every once in a while.
Yeah, I agree with that. That doesn't make you gay. You're just horny. And kinky.
If you're married and you trust your wife, there's nothing wrong with her having a strap-on.
No. Like I said, it means you're horny and really kinky.
There's only 2 testicles involved, man.
Right.
There's only 2 testicles involved, so.
I think I went into that yesterday on my live stream about my friend Johnny, who when he was in the islands with a prostitute, he had the prostitute finger his butt while he was getting a blowjob because he wanted to do that before he died, but he didn't want to do that with the woman he was going to marry.
I understand. So just a little pegging, guys. Just it's a little treat.
Don't make it too gay.
If it's with a woman you trust,
Have I ever told you about my friend Brian and his dad?
I have never in public and private, I have never heard you mention the name Brian. No.
Oh, fuck. All right. Hold on. I'm leaving.
Sit down.
This is a funny fucking story. My friend Brian, real good friend of mine, he was there for the original Shaberngur. So he goes way back. He goes back to what do you mean you don't like Clutch? I mean, this guy is rich in father's history. And anyway, so his dad, Jim, who I've met, who is kind of a roughneck, lifer at Ford. I mean, a good guy. But back in his day, which would be like the 1950s, the 1960s. There was this owner of a gas station on the west side of Detroit, and the guy's name was Gummy. And Gummy was homosexual, and Gummy had an open offer to all the local high school boys. If you let me suck your dick, I'll fill up your gas tank, because he owned a gas station. I'll give you $5, and you can come inside and get a pack of smokes. So it was like a big joke, with Jim, my buddy Brian's dad. Like any time you were going out on Friday night, Like, hey, man, we going out tonight? Nah, I'm a little short on cash. I got to go see Gummy. And they all did it. And they didn't think they were gay. And so one day, old man Jim, who's a great guy, is hanging out with his son Brian and a bunch of Brian's buddies. And Jim tells the story about Gummy. And Brian is just horrified. Jim gets done telling this story about how, hey, I was a little short on cash that weekend, so I had Gummy. I let Gummy blow me. I got a full tank of gas, $5, a pack of smokes. And Brian's just like this, like, thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. Thanks a lot, Dad.
Oh, shit.
I know.
Oh, my God.
You imagine your dad doing that to you with all your friends. Oh, fuck. And no, the story gets better.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, and then there were because Jim was a good guy. Jim was one of the guys, even though he was Brian's dad.
Oh my God!
So everybody starts kind of making fun of him, and he gets a little bit defensive, and he's like, "Wasn't like I was sucking his dick." Like that made it better.
That goes back to your theory as far as plausible deniability.
Yeah.
You receive a cocksucking from a tranny, but you did not know it at the time. It's plausible deniability.
This was an old man with no teeth named Gummy who owned a gas station. It was not a tranny. There were no fake tits. There was no makeup. There was no high heels. There was no skirt. This was just genuinely an old queer. But,
You didn't ask the question? Was he at least wearing a fucking wig? Oh shit!
Hear Brian.
Oh my God!
Hear Brian tell the story. He's like, yeah, and then my dad's getting a little bit defensive. He's like, it's not like I was sucking his dick. Oh fuck! It's hysterical. Thanks, Dad. Thanks a lot. Right.
If a man offers to suck my dick, my stomach drops. I feel like vomiting. Look.
Well,
it's not like my wife with the strap on. I mean, come on, guys.
A tank of gas, $5, and a pack of smokes in the late '60s. That was a lot of money.
Yes, it was. With $5 back in the '60s, you were set for a week.
Right.
You could go out, get a burger, a shake, put gas in your car. You were set for a week.
He gave you a full tank, a pack of smokes, and $5.
You were set for a week.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Right.
Jay, I can't do it. I can't.
Old man Jim was like, well, it's not like I was sucking his dick. Oh, fuck. I mean, like perfect.
A mouth's a mouth.
Right. Like imagine that guy on the Misfits podcast. Oh, he would fit right in.
And then Lenny would begin asking questions as far as like, do you know if he was ever, did he like cross dressers or trannies? Back then they were known as cross dressers, not trannies. They were cross dressers. We're referring to things historically.
At that point, I think you're closing your eyes and thinking about other things and just trying to shoot your future children down this old queer's throat.
And your ancestors are crying.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Right, but like Jim said, it's not like I was sucking his dick.
Why am I thinking of prison here? It sounds like prison.
No, this was life in the 1960s.
Oh my God.
Before everybody became homophobic and transphobic and this and that. Like, you did what you had to do, brah. I mean, yeah, I'd hope to not do what old man Jim did, but I see his point.
Jesus Christ.
It's not like I was sucking his dick. Oh, fuck.
Hold on. What's the guy's name again?
Jim.
Old man Jim. That's a t-shirt. Don't do what old man Jim did. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. Don't do what old man Jim did.
Oh,
my God.
Oh, what would be better is the quote, I gotta go see Gummy.
Why not do both?
Hey,
my God.
Hey, we going out tonight? No, I can't. I'm broke. I gotta go see Gummy.
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow night when I grab a burger and a shake. Because I got $5 in my pocket. With back then was an equivalent of fucking $100.
Right. No, I mean, like, if you think about it, old man Jim, he never kissed the guy. You know, his mouth was still pure. His asshole was still pure. He could kiss his girlfriend that night and buy her a burger and fries and a milkshake at the...
Oh my God.
I kissed my girlfriend with this mouth. It's not like I was sucking his dick.
Jay, I will siphon fucking gas before I do that. I will go out and creep in the night at 3 a.m. in the fucking morning and siphon fucking gas and get fucking gasoline all over myself, right here and all that shit.
You're a homo.
No. Call it what you want. Yes. Yes, call it whatever you want. Yes, I'm homophobic. There's no fucking way. I'll steal gas before I do that.
Why? A bigot, bro.
I'll steal from my mother's purse before I fucking do that. Fuck you. My God.
I've stolen from my mother's purse to fill up my tank. I used to grab. My mom had a Shell credit card, and I used to grab the Shell credit card, go fill up my tank with her credit card, and then slip the credit card back in her fucking wallet. Never figured it out.
Oh my God. Oh my God. See, well, now, I'm going to let everyone in on a secret here, and I know I'm not giving up anything. So, there are private conversations that Jay and I have had about our own moms. And the more conversations we have, the more we figure out that our moms are very, they have a lot in common. Now, with my mother, I would have to say the only thing that Jay's mother does not have in common, my mom has actually broken the law. She's been caught on the other side of Mexico and Texas with kilos of fucking marijuana. And she's also, if you want to know how much balls she has as a woman, the last time she was busted, which was like, 15 fucking years ago, she forged a judge's signature. OG? You want to talk about OG? You want to talk about my family or anything like that? Go for it. The only thing you're doing is giving me more street credibility. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. My dad was once watched by the fucking FBI. I've never talked about this. The old man never did anything really illegal, okay? I mean, what did the old man do? Do some fucking coke and drink some fucking alcohol, okay? But there were guys that he fucking grew up with. There was one guy who was one of the major coke dealers here in Florida, and the other guy married a Mexican woman from the cartel, and was helping smuggling fucking drugs from the fucking cartel, okay? And the FBI was watching my dad because he was friends with these guys. They were hoping someday, some way he would slip up, you know, get a DUI, something that would fuck him and just give everything up. But my dad, it never came to that. So that's why I can just move on from all this. God bless you, Jay. You tried to tell me, you know, Gabe, you're wrong. Cuban, you're wrong. This is the guy. It's really the guy. And we'll just call him the guy, fuckboy, internet stalker, whatever you want to call him, because at this point he's an internet stalker, which I'm flattered. I've never had an internet stalker. I've had plenty of Muslims when a mass shooting would break out before the 2016 election. When a Muslim or an Arab or someone that would follow ISIS would go on a mass shooting, and I would go online and let everyone know what's really going on, I had fucking Muslims and Arabs telling me, you know, we're going to find you, we're going to rape your wife, we're going to kill you, we're going to enslave your daughters. Everything is just mild to me. After those experiences years ago, everything is just mild to me. So Gorilla Juice is not going to bust through my front door. He's not going to rape my wife. He's not going to enslave my children. He's not going to kill me. Dude, do whatever the fuck you want. Do whatever you want. Okay? You know, I find it fascinating that the whole Delray Misfits board thing, and how he's threatening the individual that's in charge of that. How he mentions your mother and one of my family members, okay? What are you going to do? You're going to let everyone know that I have a sister that graduated from fucking Syracuse with a degree on criminal psychology, and the only reason why she fucked that up because she got a couple of DUIs? Okay. Now what? What are you going to do? I'm an open book.
Gotta go see
Kick my ass.
You gotta go see Gummy. When times
I'm not that desperate yet. I actually have a job.
When times get tough, you go.
When times get tough, you go see Gummy. There you go. There's 3 T-shirts. Don't ever do what Gummy did. Uh-oh. We have pausing. Father must be receiving either a phone call or the Wi-Fi where he is at is completely fucked. And forgive us for not reading any of the comments or oh my God. Oh, something happened. Something happened. And I'm not going to assume anything. So, even though I assume that he got a phone call, but anyway. Oh, what time is it? 6:20. That means that this live is going to be ending soon. Oh. Oh. This is where I have to apologize for everybody right now, so that we're completely accurate with everything. Dale Chance actually requested to go live, and because I was focused on the live that Father and I were doing, I didn't respond to the request. I didn't know who was requesting to go live, so fuck, man. Dale was requesting to go live. That's on me. That's not on Father. That's on me. Just like the apology that I owe McLeod. I owe him an apology, and I will send him a drunk text and apologize to him because I was way off and I was wrong. And however he decides to receive that, he's entitled. So Johnny Klitz, restart the live. Do you think that's going to make any difference? Fuck Dog 66. Who cares about what that short? Who cares about the short redneck? God, the comments are just fucking going. All right, okay. I'll restart the live, but I'm only going to restart it for so long. I'm going to finish this beer, which would only be minutes because I can chug down this whole thing and smoke another cigarette. So, I mean, all right. Listen, guys, I want you to look at me as the captain of a pirate ship. Not that that means anything. Understand that doesn't mean anything. If you do your research, you do your research on historical facts. The captain of a pirate ship, he would address everyone on that ship. And, okay, what do you guys want to do? We got this over here, and we got this over here. What do you guys want to do? It would be put up to a vote. That's a historical fact. That was like the only way the captain of that pirate ship would have viability. And, you know, everyone on that crew is right behind him. So I'll end this live and I'll restart.